Hey guys, just driving here. I just wanted to give you guys a quick update. This will be for my YouTube and my Facebook. Anyway, regardless, I just wanted to talk to you guys about real quick about my upcoming event with OMI Jewelry. It's not really an event. I'm just going up there in New York City Diamond District. It's one of the top jewelers of the world. I just kind of wanted to tell the story a little bit of how like a nobody kid winds up, or a nobody man, I'm not a kid, I'm 44, winds up in fucking the New York Diamond District at one of the most world's diamond dealer. I'm still amazed. I don't even know where I was. So let's take it from the beginning here. I was at a bar where I work at, and I told people that it was like 10:30 at night, and I told people that I was just gonna go ahead and get a Rolex. And people in the area, I heard them talking. They said that I couldn't even get a hotel room at New York City at 10:30 at night. Once I got up there, it'd be, you know, I don't know, I think 1 or 2, which it was. So I did go up there. I told everybody I'm gonna go get a Rolex, and that's that. And I just left, and I just left at 10:30 at night, driving to New York City. Well, the upcoming events of what I'm getting ready to tell you is just completely crazy. So I get to the first section of hotels. I think it was in Manhattan. And everything was booked 100%. And when I got there, they just kind of like laughed at me. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, well, maybe everybody was right. So I almost turned around and left and came back home, you know? I don't even know where I was. I was in the middle of New York City, steam coming out of fucking things in the street, and just driving around. So eventually, I do some checking around, do some research, and I find this hotel in Brooklyn. So I'm like, okay, cool. There's a lot more to the story to this, but I'm just speeding it up. So once I'm in Brooklyn, I get a hotel room. I check in, and then I Uber over to OMI Jewelry, right? So now I'm in the Diamond District, right? And I'm wearing a sweater and I think some Under Armour pants, and just, you know, a nice pair of Jordans, Jumpman Jordans, the leather ones or whatever, and not the most classiest ones. So anyway, I start to wander into OMI Jewelry, and in the New York Diamond District, on 27th Street or whatever that street is, you'll see it. Like, there's security. So when I went in, I just kind of like bullshitted my way through like the security a little bit. I gave them my ID, they ran it. I'm not on probation, I'm not really a criminal anymore or anything. I don't do nothing wrong. I do have a little bit of a pass, but somehow or another, they let me go through. And I'm like, dude. So then I asked them, but they asked me what time my appointment was, and I said, well, I'm here to buy a Rolex. So, and then I asked them where OMI Jewelry was. They're like 3rd floor. So I'm like, okay. Well, I'm like walking through like these tomb areas, I guess. I call it the tombs. And I'm like wandering around, and I finally find OMI Jewelry. Well, I go in. Right, I knock on the door, nobody answers. Oh, I open the door, and there's a lady sitting in the younger lady. I think she was Jewish or something. I don't know, Mideastern something. And I start talking to her, and I tell her that I'm there for a Rolex, and she kind of like looks at me funny, and I'm looking at her, and she's like, well, what time's your appointment? I said, well, I didn't have an appointment. I'm just here to buy a Rolex, you know. I seem to advertise, OMI Jewelry, I'm here, you know, what's the problem? Well, she told me I had to have an appointment, and that they would be calling me back in 15 or 20 minutes. So I agreed, and then I said I just wanted to go outside and smoke a cigarette. Cool, no problem. I did. Well, as I was smoking a cigarette, my phone rang. They told me I had an appointment, come back up. So I did. Got there. Got in the showroom. I waited there for another 15 minutes. It's not in the showroom. It's like a little waiting area before you go back to the room. So as I'm going back there, right, I wasn't really paying attention to my surroundings, but I remember it now. I look over to my left and there was a bunch of people making jewelry and drilling and doing all kinds of stuff on my left-hand side when I walked in. I'm like, what the hell is this? I didn't understand it. I didn't know. So we just keep going straight and I'm following the guy. Now I see the kid, and I believe it was his sister or something. Now the kid's back there. I'm talking to somebody else about my Rolex, Daniel, I think. I don't know. And next thing I know, I'm down there, right? And I'm in the showroom now, and he's showing me all these Rolexes. Well, I thought they were kind of fake. So I'm like questioning him, and I'm giving him the third degree. Like, is this real? Like, what is this? What? And the whole time I'm thinking that they're fake. Regardless of that, I buy the Rolex, right? Boom. He puts it in the national database for me, right there in the computer, because he's only authorized Rolex dealers can do that. And so then I'm done buying the Rolex, right? So then I buy an earring, right? SV10 or some shit. Got it in my ear right here. I don't even know. I just wanted a screw type, a screw in, you know. I didn't know. So I got this earring. It's in white gold, 10. I don't know what. Actually, it's like 14 karat white gold because it bends all over the place. I thought I was going to get 10, but I got 14. So, okay, I got the earring. Now I'm over. Now the kid calls me over. I'm not sure of his name. I forgot his name. I seen him. He's on some YouTube videos that I just recently seen explained about bust downs and stuff. However, so he calls me over, right? And he's like, hey, check this out, right? So I'm like, what's up with this? And he's like, well, you got a Rolex, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, why don't you put this around your neck? So he grabs his chain. He opens up this cabinet. And I'm looking in this cabinet, and there's like all these diamonds in there. Like diamond chains. There's no like links to them. There's just diamonds. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? So eventually he puts it on my neck, right? I turn around and I'm nervous because I don't even know where I'm at. I've never had a diamond chain around my neck of this value. And him and his friend, he's like, look at yourself. He's like, you look like Eminem bodyguard. And I look back over at the Daniel, I guess, because the kid was talking to me at the time. And dude, like, they're both like laughing and snickering. And I'm like, well, I can't afford that. I could never afford that. And he's like, well, just let me know when you're ready. I'm like, okay. So once he put it on my neck, dude, something happened. I can't tell you what happened. Just something came over me. And next thing you know, I give him the chain back, and I'm good. I leave. I go home. Get home. Everybody's telling me all my jewelry's fake, and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, so I get home, and my Rolex breaks on a bad vacation trip. Had some issues, and the Rolex got broken. So I sent it back to OMI Jewelry, right? Okay, cool. Awesome. So then I've been calling Daniel. I'm like, hey, man, make sure that, it's fixed or whatever. I was going to send back the Rolex. He's like, no, don't. He's like, we got our own watchmakers here. They fix things. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, it's under warranty. I'm like, no way. And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, cool. I just bought it less than 2 months ago. So I send the Rolex there. It's getting fixed. And I put a couple paychecks together. And I told Daniel that I wanted that diamond chain. And he said, okay. And I sent him like over $3,000 so far. And so I guess when I get there, I'm going to be picking up my diamond chain and my Rolex. So, I'm going to film all of this. But if you ever check out who OMI is, whoever Daniel Abbott is, he's on Facebook. Like, these are some serious dudes who are driving like Bentleys and shit. Like, I'm not built like that. I only drive a Cadillac. And I only have a Rolex, and I only have one diamond chain with one earring. So it's going to be completely entertaining, to say the least. I don't know, man. So I'm just going to drop this video right here. This is my first real talking YouTube video. I got a bunch on Facebook that I haven't figured out how to upload to my YouTube videos. But once I do, and once I film this New York City Diamond District with OMI Jewelry, show everybody it's real, and then go into Icebox, have them check it out, all on film from my YouTube channel. It should be pretty lit after that, and then I'll probably get some help. But I'm going to end this video here and get on my way, get my happy ass back to York, PA. Alright, see ya.